Hello everybody, it's David Springs. Want to let you know where I'm at. I know there's a little bit of traffic coming through here. I guess there must be some sort of construction or something like that going on. Anyways, going on a little hike. I'm on Powellton Road right now, kind of going that way a little bit, and then it's going to fork off. Powellton will stay to the right, and then Doe Mill Road, that veers off to the left, and then that eventually goes out to 32. If you were to take Doe Mill, it'll turn into Garland, and then you go out that way. So, yeah, I'm just gonna go a little ways. I'm gonna try to make it all the way to Lovelock if I can, but again, I'm seeing some signs up here, and I don't know how far I'm gonna be able to get. I know back on Skyway there's a little bit of traffic going on there, some construction work over back that way on at DeSablo Reservoir, and we're up here in Magalia right now. That's where this road is, DeSablo Reservoir and all that. My wife and I live up here too. So, I actually came from my house. It's about 2 miles. 2 miles south from here. So, yeah, it's not what you would call, you know, a trail, but I don't know. Get a lot of vehicle traffic coming through. So it's not what you call a trail, but it is, you know, it's a good practice run, and it's walking on the soil too. I can walk off the side of it because I know this road is kind of compact. So it's not the best for walking long distance, but there's some areas where Sierra Pacific Company, they've put tan bark. Here's somebody right here. I don't know who that is, but they were nice. They waved. You'll get a lot of people up here, you know. Everybody that I see here, they'll wave. This, I may not be able to go too far. There looks like there is some road work ahead. I'll have to talk to these guys up ahead and see if I can go through or not. They might be doing some work on there's a flume that runs right across it. Up there's a little bridge and the flume, and it crosses this street or road. And so, yeah, as you can see, I mean, it's really nice area except for that power line. But it's still, you know, it's up in the woods. This is still the Sierra Nevadas. So this is kind of, I think it's really, I know up at our place in Magalia, if you're in Magalia, you're pretty much in the Sierra Nevadas. I know Paradise, you know, in the town of Paradise, that's technically the Sierra Nevadas too. It's the foothills of it. But once you hit Magalia, you're in the Sierra Nevadas there. So I like it. It's really thick I mean, when you're in the woods, you're in the woods. I mean, it's like you can't see past those trees. Nothing. It's like, you know, these here, yeah, but you go further back, in the way back over there, you can't see nothing past those. That's how it is up here and further up. But I guess the point of what I'm trying to make is that I'm just kind of wondering, by the way it looks, it almost looks like the Cascades. But I guess technically on the map, it's still, they still have claim to it as Sierra Nevadas. So anyways, I'm not going to argue with them. You know, I'm not going to raise a debate on it. But yeah, it's nice country up here. There's no lake close by except for, you know, the Sabla Reservoir, Paradise Lake. It's over back that way. It's like southeast from where I'm at. There are smaller lakes going up. Taking this road all the way up to back up the Skyway again. There's two exits, two entries. There's the entry back over here, Skyway, and then there's a Skyway if you're going to go further up that way. And then you go up the Skyway further. Like, I believe it's past Sterling City. Yeah, it's past Sterling City, in between Sterling City and Inskip. You get out that way. So, one day maybe I'll be able to hike that far and, you know, maybe even spend the night or two up in the woods. Yeah, so I'm pretty much in a cross section here. There's a road that goes down there, and there's that road, and then there's this one behind me that I came from. I take that road there, and that will take me all the way to Skyway, and then Skyway all the way up to, if I make the right turns, I could make it all the way to Lake Almanor. Or I can make it to also the PCT. This road, Skyway, also will go, it'll turn into Humbug Summit Road, and that will take you all the way up to the PCT. Just a little bit past the 1300 mark as well. So I don't live too far from the PCT. I only live, you know, I don't know, maybe 20 miles up the, you know, down the road from it. So 20, 25. I don't think it's more than 30. So not too far. But yeah, it's been a real nice day. Beautiful day out. I just enjoy the sky. This is another area where I think people just go to shoot off their guns and, you know, target practice and have their little, they will camp out right here. Because I don't know, I don't think this area here is owned by Sierra Pacific. I think this is still part of the main road. It's just like what you would call it, just a turnout. So I think people could, you know, technically camp out here. But you can see up here, there's a lot of shotgun shells there. Here, there, bam, 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 bam. So, oh, here's another bullet down here. I don't know which kind that is. Smaller one. So yeah. So I think this is as far as I'm gonna go, you guys. It's 3 o'clock right now, and yeah, I could push myself for another hour and maybe make it to Lovelock. But I'm just kind of thinking of my feet right now. I don't really want, I mean, I have done it already. I've gone that far and then walked back. So, but I'm just thinking what time it is. If I left earlier, then I could do it and really take my time getting back home, and I wouldn't be hurting as much, and I wouldn't feel the need to get back in a hurry. But the thing of it is what, it's just the timing, that's all. You know, I could push it to 4, and I don't think it's going to get dark until like about 8 o'clock, maybe a little bit after. So I would have another 4 hours, technically. So I left my place, but yeah, but the thing is, I left my place at 11. So no, I need the extra hour to get back. So no, I do need to get back right now. It is 3 o'clock, and my timing does not permit me to go there if I want to avoid the darkest. I mean, which I've done it before. I've hiked in the dark. It's not a big issue, not a big deal. Bears usually, they'll come out and scrounge through people's trash, you know, in the early hours of the morning. So we do have bears and foxes, you know, and maybe there has been ones around the area who said they've seen my mountain lion too. So they are around the area. They could be anywhere. I could have one watching me right now. Think about it, you guys. I could have a mountain lion watching me through those woods, ready to eat me alive. Yeah, I don't know. They usually go after smaller prey, like, you know, squirrels, you know, things like that. But they will go after a deer. They will kill a deer. So they are powerful, more powerful than you think. Even though they are the bigger of the smaller cats, they're the biggest of the smaller cats. But that doesn't mean that they're less aggressive or less powerful. So, all right, you guys. David Springs, Tippy Toe Rappa, coming at you, and we'll see how far I can get next time. Again, I've gone up to Lovelock, and I'll be able to, when I go up there, I'll be able to film that and show you guys that and everything. So I hope you enjoyed this experience. I'll probably be going through and probably editing out a lot of the blabbermouthing that I did. So, and everything, and you know, just, I like to keep it raw. I like to keep it, you know, real. I like to keep it, you know, open, because I've seen a lot of you guys do it. You know, you guys, a lot of you YouTubers, I see you guys just going on and on and on. But hey, you know, you guys have something to say too, and so do I. And from my perspective, you know, yeah, it could be looked at as, oh yeah, you know, oh wow, they're just going on and on and on. But I can't really, even though I look at it that way, I still respect it. So it's like, you know, because I know that that's exactly what I'm doing. You know, I'm just going on and on and on and on. And I think it also helps us too when we're out here, to keep us preoccupied, give us something to do. I think that's what it is too. I hate to say it, but you know, there's that saying that, you know, some people just like to hear themselves talk to themselves. Well, you know, that they like to hear themselves talk. And I think that's kind of where I fit in the category. You know, I'm just kind of one of those that likes to hear myself talk. And especially, it just keeps me preoccupied, because I've gone this, what, 2 mile stretch, 3 mile stretch, on Powellton alone. And I've covered a lot of distance, and it doesn't feel like I've been out here this long, just because I've been on my phone talking. You know, it's been, maybe you guys have come across that too, you YouTubers that go on there and you're doing something, you're hiking, and the time goes by really fast. And I think that's also what it's about too, you know, just to help keep you busy, keep your mind preoccupied, you know, doing something, you know, while you're walking. But at the same time, yeah, I'm expressing a lot of things that are on my mind, but there's other things that I could just be thinking about or coming up with too on my own without having to use this darn contraption called a video. You know, it's weird. I hear something crunching over there, and I don't know what's over there. It's like, I hear it, it's like something big. And I don't know. Again, you guys, I'm out in the woods, you know. I don't know what I'm going to run into, what's out there, what's down there on the other side in those bushes. I have no idea. You know, is it a big, giant, huge black bear? You know, I don't know. Is it a mountain lion? All I know is I heard some loud breaking of branches and all that right in there. So this is the wildlife, you guys. I mean, I'm out in the wilderness right now. So this is no joke. I mean, I've lived up around this area, you know, for 25 years. So I'm used to it. I guess the way I'm putting it is because if any of you are from the city and you think it's a cool thing to come up here and just, you know, do this by yourself or solo hike, or, you know, go up here and, you know, even with a group, and you're from the city, just be careful, you know. Just watch your back, because you never know what's out there. You never know what's, you know, it could be just because I'm a big guy. I don't know if you see me. I mean, I'm 280 pounds right now. Not the best for my feet, not the best for my shoes. I want to lose weight. I'm trying to. I like to get back down to where I was before, 190. But if I can get down to 220, that would be good. You know, 220, 200 would be really good. If I could just keep at that, that'd be fine. But it's hard at my age. I'm 44. It's tough to do. But, you know, I mean, you're out here in the wilderness. This isn't a joke. I mean, you're out with the wild animals, guys. This is wildlife. You don't get any more wildlife than this. You are up in the woods, and anything goes. I can encounter anything, even a wolverine. Yeah, like I said, that if there's one spotted, I guarantee you there's more. Even if it was, you know, a distance away, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean that they haven't migrated up north around this area. You know, it might be some time, but you never know. The wolves too, they came in they found them in Northern California, and they're starting to migrate. They can travel, they can migrate, just like any other animal. And then pretty soon the population will be filled with, throughout the whole Sierra Nevadas with them. And, you know, they may be high up. You know, I don't know what their preference is or their preference habitat is, but, you know, these woods are real dense, and they have a lot of snow. And just like anywhere else, just like the Rocky Mountains. Matter of fact, I think it's more dense than the Rocky Mountains, actually, to be honest with you. Don't get me wrong, the Rockies are nice, but actually I think there's actually more denseness in these trees. I don't know, it's just something about this whole area that's just thick, just real thick layer of trees. I mean, look at that. It's just so dark, so shaded in there. You can't see in there. It's just so thick. And that's what I like. I like the denseness. I like the rawness of it. Everything, just everything around. This is tough stuff right here. I mean, you will not see it like this. I haven't seen it in Lake Tahoe. You just won't. So, all right, you guys. Well, this is it for now. And I'll talk to you soon. All right. David Springs, Tippy Toe Rappa, out. Okay, that right there, that looks like a mountain lion paw. And it looks like it might have been running. I'm telling you guys, they are around, and you don't know what's in those thick brushes. This is not Lake Tahoe. You don't just see 20 miles ahead and say, oh, okay, there's a mountain lion. There's a bear. Okay, we're safe. We're in our safe zone. It ain't like that up here. Whole different ballgame. You gotta watch your back. Especially if you're out jogging. And more so than walking. That's another reason why I prefer to do the hiking than the running. Yeah, I could have something stalking me right in those woods and I may not even know it. It's that real, you guys. Let's see if I can find another one. What was that one? It may not be a fresh track. It doesn't look like it's fresh. And here's a small one over here. So it has been a while. Yeah, you can see the claws in the soil. They're sharp claws right in that soil. Yeah, it's no joke. This is the woods.